Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Gary Martin. Today we're joined by Tom, our assistant professional.
Good afternoon.
And we're going to be restoring some Titleist 690 MB irons. These are some irons that I bought second hand, which I did a video on last week, guys. If you've not watched that, it's a checklist of what you should be doing when you go to buy second hand clubs. You know, what you should be looking out for. Now, Tom won't know, but there's actually a fault in this set, which if you watch the last video, you'll know what I'm talking about. As a pro, I want you to have a quick glance over these and see if you can find the fault. All right? They're a set of, there should be a set of Titleist photo pitching wedge, 690 MB, stiff shafts, standard length.
Well, there's a 3-iron.
Oh, sorry, free to pitching wedge, sorry. So I want you to just have a quick look.
What, is there a specific club that's...
Yeah, there's a specific club in there that's different to the race. It's got a fault or something that's not quite right.
That one's got a big dint in it. Yeah,
that's one fault. I mean, it's not... When you're buying forged and second-hand clubs, there's always going to be a few dinks and dents, but...
Well, if you show me which specific club that's
it's a 3-iron then.
It's a 3-iron.
So have a look at the 3-iron. I'll make it easier for you. And this is somebody in the industry. Let's see if you could pick up on this. Now, imagine, you know, you've gone to someone's house, you're on the doorstep, they're selling these clubs. You know, would you spend the time to inspect them and pick up on this fault? And that's why I did the video last week. It's to sort of have a little bit of a thorough check, because you can buy a bag of spanners, you can go buy second-hand clubs, and when you get them home, you realise there's a big fault. Because to the naked eye, these look, you know, very much the same.
I don't know. Honestly, don't know.
Have a look at the shafts, both of the shafts, side by side.
Well, it's an X, so that's an extra stiff.
Yeah, and what's the others?
Well, they're all stiff, aren't they? Well, you didn't tell me that.
Well, yeah, so there's an odd shaft. So this club's obviously, in its time, it's had a reshaft or it's been bought separately.
Bloody hell.
But if that was in the middle of the set, if that had been a 7-iron or an 8-iron, then I wouldn't have walked away with these clubs. You know, it'd have spoiled the set. But luckily, being a 3-iron, it's not put me off buying them. I managed to get an extra £20 off, actually.
Did you?
But anyway.
Good deal. How much are you buying for?
That's by the side. Have a guess, how much do you think?
Well, I heard you say it earlier, 80 quid.
Yeah. Well, how much do you think they're worth, though? Do you think they're worth £80? I mean, it's £10 a stick.
I don't know, it depends. It depends what kind of shaft. Were you keeping that shaft?
Well, the shaft's all right, isn't it? The true
I'd say if they were new,
golds.
well, the grips, that grip's all right, but that's a 3-iron. So
well, we're going to start by refurbing them, and obviously part of that is going to be cleaning grips.
Right. Okay.
Which, you know, I mentioned in the last video. If you're ever going to clean grips, don't use washing up liquid. Use a washing tablet. So as Tom mentioned, the grips need a little bit of a clean. So we're going to put a bit of washing powder in the bucket. Honestly, the difference between this and washing up liquid is phenomenal. It brings them up absolutely great. Get in the comments if you ever clean your grips in this manner. We're going to start by cleaning them grips. I think they're going to come up really well. You know, they don't look like they're like worn too much. They're just a little bit, you know, a bit greasy, as we could say. So I've got my warm water, the washing powder in, and a scrubbing brush. Now, part of this refurb, we're going to be polishing the heads and re-infilling the heads with paint, which has been supplied by a door grip. So the door grips are kindly sending us some infill paint. I think these are sort of like $19.99 for a pack. Which also, you know, if you're thinking of changing your grips and things like that, they are probably about the very best online for grips as far as price and deals. So after a good scrub, get a dry towel and really firm. Look at the difference between them two. I'm sure you can see that on camera, the difference in colour. It's really brought them back to life. So I'm just going to go through all these grips. Don't worry, I'll not keep you waiting. We'll zoom through that. I'm going to get all these grips back into the original condition, or as close to as we can. So now we've cleaned the grips, there's only one that hasn't been cleaned. And Sarah, I want you to close your eyes and I want you to feel and tell me if you can feel one that's not as clean.
Okay.
Sarah's from our admin. You're not a golfer, are you?
I am not a golfer.
You're our...
events manager.
Right, feel that. Don't say anything about it yet, just have a feel of it. And I'm going to Give you a few to feel, and if you feel any that feel older or slimier or greasier, tell me.
Right.
How does that feel? Same?
Pretty similar.
I'm going to give you another one. How does that feel?
Slightly less bobbly.
Okay. What about this one?
He is a lot less bobbly. A bit. There's been some sweat on here. And wetness.
Do you feel, which one out of them do you think's the oldest?
Well, these, I think they downgrade to 4. He's the oldest.
That one, yeah, you've got it right. That's the one we haven't
There's my
cleaned.
eyes.
Yeah, can you see how it's discoloured?
Yeah, he's
So
gross.
we've cleaned these in washing powder,
Oh, wow.
and they've come up. Obviously, they look a bit better, but most importantly,
washing powder?
they don't feel as. It feels grippy, doesn't it? That feels a bit
He's
sort
lost
of.
his logo a bit more than the
Yeah,
others.
I mean, there's a bit of wear on some of the other ones, but the main thing is you spotted without looking which one
I know.
wasn't clean. So it just shows you.
Got real skill.
It brought it back to life a bit. Thanks, Sarah.
Pleasure.
If you want to book a wedding or a
Yes.
funeral
Birthday party, bar
or a
mitzvah,
birthday party,
christening.
speak to Sarah at Huddersfield Golf Club. You'll get a lovely deal, won't you? You do a great wedding package as well, don't you?
I guess I do. We're
Tell
just
them-
waiting for you to find the right
The
girl.
the winter wedding package. Tell them about the winter wedding package.
Well, it's wintry. It's weddingy. It's a great deal.
Well, I just thought it were a cracking package compared to what my friends have been paying for weddings anyway.
No, your friends are loonies.
So I must say, I'm really happy how the grips have turned out. You know, they're looking cleaner, they feel a little bit spongier and softer. You know, I'm really impressed with that. And it'd have been dead easy to go and change the grips, but I don't want to go and chuck much money into the irons. I want to freshen them up, make them look good on a budget. That's the whole point of today's video. I'm not happy with the shaft pans. Have a look at these guys. You know, they're starting to peel off. They're looking tatty. I hate to see it. So we're going to take them off. We're going to remove them. And I think that'll make the clubs just look a lot fresher. So to remove your shaft bands, basically we just need a little bit of elbow grease. Just going to peel these off with his finger, or his fingernail should I say. Get as much off as we can, so you see it should come off pretty easily. Usually do come off in one piece. Oh, I spoke too soon. Just going to remove that. So once you've removed it, you're going to be left with this little bit of residue on the shaft, and all I'm going to do is get a little bit of terps or white spirit. It's basically a general purpose cleaning solution, and it's really good for sort of getting adhesive and sticky things, you know, cleaned, and then just obviously get a really hard rub. That's it, all that stickiness is coming off. And how much better is that looking already? It's just these little things, you know, that really do make a difference. So look, we've gone from this, having a tatty old shaft band on there that's peeling off, to looking sort of fresh and just a nice plain sort of finish. I think that some little things really do make a difference. So after a little bit of elbow grease, the shafts are now looking really clean. The grips are looking good, feeling good as well, and we're going to be moving on to heads. If you're enjoying this restoration video and you want to see the finished product, you'll have to join us in a few days' time. I've ordered some materials, they should be with us soon, where we're going to strip the paint off these, we're going to buff them up, and we're going to re-infill them. I think these are going to look fantastic, and then we're going to get them out on the course. Guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in a few days' time. Bye.